Hey everyone. In today's video, we're going to talk about those low ballers that everyone gets, and I don't want you to be one of those guys, okay? So basically, we all know what that is. It's when, we have an item that's worth maybe $400, whatever, just an example, and someone will lowball you. They'll say, I'll trade you an iPod for your snowmobile. And you just say, you kidding me? You want to write back and say, are you joking or what? But that's not the right way to do it. This is how I do it, and it's worked out well for me. I've actually convinced people to trade me something that's more valuable. And all I say is, appreciate the offer, but I was thinking about something a little bit more valuable. Do you have anything else you'd be willing to trade? Literally. I mean, that's pretty much word for word what I'd write to them. And a lot of times they won't even write back because they're just, again, looking for the home run swing and for one person to say, yeah, sure, I'll trade you my car for an iPod, which is ridiculous. It doesn't happen. So just deal with them as nicely as possible. Like I said, for the most part, they won't even write back to you. But they might say, they might really have wanted your item, but maybe they didn't even necessarily realize they were lowballing. They might have been a first-time barterer or whatever. And they'll say, oh, yeah, sure, well, I have actually this I'd be willing to trade. So then you just keep the conversation going. Another reason why I'm always nice to lowballers is because you never know in the future what they might have that you might want. You never know, especially if you're from a smaller area. They might post something, later on down the line that you respond to, and they remember your name because maybe you sent a really nasty response back. So that's why I personally am never really mean to anyone, because what's the point? It's not going to do you any good. I know it's frustrating sometimes, especially if you've had an item for a while or whatever, and you're just not getting great offers on it. But definitely deal with them as nicely as possible. And just say, I always say appreciate the offer, but, looking for this, blah, blah, blah. And then one last thing is, don't be a lowballer, okay? So don't go for that home run swing. Go for trade up. I always say at the very most, go for something that's worth double what your item is. And that doesn't even necessarily hold true once you're at a really expensive item, because you don't want to insult people. You don't want to piss them off, and you're really just wasting your time and their time as well. So if you have a $100 item, it's not a bad idea to go for something that's worth $200, because at the same time, they might think it's worth $200, but it's not worth $200, or it might be worth $175. So that's kind of my rule of thumb, is at the very most double, and I honestly don't really even go that high. I'll just go with something that's worth, say 75% more, something like that. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But so that's my tip on how to deal with lowball offers. Again, as nicely as possible. Never hurts to be nice. So if you want to learn more about how to trade up or how to barter up for profit, check out my blog. It's just makemoneybartering.com. And if you have any questions at all, leave a comment on one of the posts or send me an email. Hope to hear from you.